Another week, another protest. This time, the People's National Party, led by opposition leader Mark Golding, took to the offices of the Ministry of Finance at Heroes Circle, calling on the finance minister and the government to take steps to address the high cost of living. We were provided with footage from an independent videographer.
We are demonstrating the government's failure to act in a way which is adequate to address the plight of the people.
PNP President Mark Golding, surrounded by party members and supporters. They staged a peaceful protest outside the offices of the Finance Ministry, calling for the government to act against the high cost of living.
We get taxes morning, we get taxes afternoon, and we get taxes night. Every time you go to the shop and you buy something, by the time you go back, $20 gone on it. If that is not taxes, then what is taxes? That is indirect taxation from poor people. People's spending power has been vastly reduced.
Light bill gone up, water gone up, food gone up, a food we are talking about.
Mr. Golding reiterated his call for revenue from the tax on fuel, which is now higher than budgeted because of the record high global oil prices, to be used to offset the impact on consumers.
A group of us came over here to present a letter to the minister suggesting that he pursue this, and actually we did a draft order under the Provisional Collection of Tax Act so it could be implemented right away if he's persuaded to do it. And so we just handed that to the Financial Secretary, Ms. Darlene Morris.
The PNP is also suggesting that the government pause the rate of debt reduction by paying less towards it. They suggest that the government uses 2% of GDP, which would have been used on debt, to help cushion the financial impact on Jamaicans.
But I think with all that's happening in the country and the significant unrest from last week on another issue, which is of course a public sector wage reclassification issue, but that is also being affected by the overall cost of living crisis that's affecting all Jamaicans. So we believe that if this was implemented, it would go some way towards the government showing that they care about the plight of the people.
What we really basically want is for people to be able to live at a more affordable rate. That is basically it. That's all we are fighting for.
The party president says he's not sure how soon, if at all, a response will be provided from the ministry, but says the PNP believes it should be considered as soon as possible to ease the financial burden.